This meeting of the Gadsden City Council will now come to order, and the chair calls on City Clerk Ivan Nelson for the roll call.
Councilman Harris.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
Avery.
Here.
Eccles.
Here.
Stewart.
Here.
Cannon.
Here.
Reed.
Here.
We have a quorum present. Our meeting is open for business. I'm going to ask David Lawson to lead the invocation. Please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, we're thankful that you've given us another opportunity to see another day, and we ask that we use it wisely as we make decisions on behalf of the citizens of this great city of Gadsden. We ask that your hand be involved in all levels of our government, locally, state, and throughout the nation. We ask that you continue to be watchful over nations where there is trouble, and we ask that our troops be safe, and we ask that one day that they may return home safely to be with their loved ones and among their citizens here in this great country. We will be ever grateful, thankful, and happy to give you the honor and the glory and the praise in your Son Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the work session and the city council meeting held on February the 11th.
So moved.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to approve minutes.
Chair will entertain a motion to ratify payment of the accounts for the week of February the 7th through the 13th.
So moved.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to ratify payment of the accounts.
Proclamations, Mayor. Unfinished business. A is a resolution ordering abatement of nuisance on property located at 1175 Tuscaloosa Avenue in District 3. Margaret M. Miller being the last known owner. The resolution was tabled on January the 14th for 30 days. What is the pleasure of the council?
Mr. President, based on the recommendation of the building department, and before I make the table, I need to make a comment. Ms. Milner has passed away, so it's actually her family. I don't know who owns it right now, but we're going to ask for an additional 30-day table.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to table the resolution for 30 days, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to table for 30 days.
B is a resolution ordering abatement of nuisances on property located at number 8 Lakefront Avenue in District 6, the state of Alabama. Chadwick Leon Quinn and Kimberly Dawn Quinn being the last known owners. The resolution was tabled on January the 14th for 30 days. What is the pleasure of the council?
Mr. President, on recommendation from the building department, I'd ask for another 30-day table. There's a person that's trying to buy this piece of property. He's in contact with the state. They're in contact with the state, and the state hadn't sent them all the paperwork back yet, so they could go ahead and try to purchase this property. So I ask for a 30-day table, please.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to table the resolution for 30 additional days, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to table for 30 days.
This is the time and place as advertised to conduct a public hearing allowing anyone to speak in opposition to or in favor of a resolution ordering abatement of nuisance on property located at 1006 Hermosa Avenue in District 3. The last known owners of the state of Alabama, Stephanie Quinn, also known as Stephanie Sumter. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor of it?
Mr. President, I'm Brian Harbison with the Building Department. We started this case in October of last year. There's actually a second time around for this case. We had a resolution to remove it several years ago. A new owner came forward. But since October, there have been no improvements. There are no permits to improve. And we're asking today for a resolution to abate this nuisance.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor of it? Chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
You know, I hate we're still in the process of taking down properties and making vacant lots. This time next year, he'll come back and have a grass cutting problem at that same location. I would hope that some of our nonprofits in the city, in particular Habitat and some of the other developers, would start coming in and developing some of this property and putting housing stock back up. Because Gadsden had probably one of the oldest housing stock. I can't remember the last study we done. We was somewhere in the neighborhood of 1940-something, was it, Brian, or 30-something that the housing?
Our average age is about 64 years.
Our average age of housing is 64 years old. And at the rate we're going to tear down everything. And won't be nobody here after a while. So hopefully we can get some type of program going on where we can go back into these communities and these neighborhoods and put some affordable housing back in some of those areas.
Okay.
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
10, our final public hearing is a resolution approving issuance of an alcoholic beverage license. TA Operating LLC doing business as Petro Shopping Centers at 1724 West Grand Avenue in District 6. Has applied for an off-premises only retail beer and table wine license. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor of it? Chair will entertain a motion to adopt the resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
11 is a resolution authorizing agreement with LL Marine. This is for the city to sponsor a week-long classic fishing tournament to be held on October the 20th, 24th, and the amount is $5,000. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
12 is a resolution authorizing agreement with L&L Marine. This is for the city to sponsor a couples fishing tournament to be held May the 16th, 17th, and the amount is $2,000. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
13 is a resolution authorizing agreement with Mattel. This is for the city to purchase telephones, hardware, and software for the Gadsden Municipal Court and Police Precinct in East Gadsden. The amount is $10,242.60. Chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
13 is a resolution authorizing agreement with Mattel. I just did that one, didn't I?
Yeah, that's the second.
Yeah, we're 14.
Yeah, we did get 30, but the next one.
14
follows
13.
Winstream, number 14.
New Vox,
Okay,
Winstream.
14 is authorizing agreement with Windstream New Top Box Incorporated. This is for all communications and related services at the Gadsden Municipal Court and Police Precinct in East Gadsden. The amount is $424.18 per month. Chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Just curious, when's the moving date? Have we got one?
Sometime in
You should have
2014.
before you next week the bid for the roof replacement and the parking lot construction will most likely just be quoted, hoping for a little dry weather so that we can proceed with that, because parking will be an issue. So, no, I don't have a firm date. I never said October.
Bill,
I want that on record, but,
Bill,
coming soon.
the last response I got, when we asked that was 2014.
We're,
That's still accurate. That's a good date.
it's such chaos when we have court here, everybody's gonna be tickled to death to get moved out there. We got
They
some
are.
space
We
and.
just want to get it right before we make something work.
Somehow or another, when we first started this project back in, I think it was 12, I think, it was going to be done in 13. That's where I got that date from. I don't know if you said it, but somebody said it.
No,
Somebody said by October 1, they'll be out.
I've learned a lesson in the last 10 years to never, ever predict.
Okay, I thought you had learned your lesson, but somebody said that. It wasn't just when you.
Yeah, it was Chad.
Chad is not here, okay, it was Chad, all right.
That wasn't Chad. I'll take up for
But
you,
anyway,
Chad.
we'll-
That wasn't Chad.
we'll be through
I know
by-
who it was. I'm not
We'll
gonna
be out
call
by the
his name.
14th, sometime during 14. Okay.
And we're just now doing the roof. We did all the inside, and now we're gonna do the roof.
Yeah, there were
Voted on
some,
that
I mean, we
one
knew
yet.
that there were a couple of leaks,
Yeah.
but when you put in all new ceiling tiles, it's really easy the new ones show up.
I remember we did the library, and we spent $3.5 million on the inside, and then the roof caved in. That was a brilliant move, wasn't it?
That was a warranty
That's,
issue.
Yeah.
that's par.
Thank you, Ben.
That's par for the course.
$3.5 million.
What you call public
I could
sector
almost
project
paint my
manager.
carpet with that.
That's how government works.
Yeah.
Let's vote.
Let's
We
vote.
need to vote.
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
15 is a resolution authorizing agreement with PRA Government Services Doing Business as RDS. This is for business license discovery and recovery for the 33-month period beginning March 1st. And the amount is 50% of the business license recovered for the first year of discovery, plus $1.75 for each new business license application forwarded to the city. Chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye. Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
You'll notice this is for only 33 months, which normally would be 3 years. That's because Mr. Avery wants everything to come due at the same time.
Which is a good move.
I mean,
This is a
Nothing
smart
wrong
move.
with that.
I know there's nothing wrong with it. Why don't we just say we all wanted to become due at the same time? Why you gotta point out that I wanted?
I think he's trying to give you credit.
You're trying to give me credit.
I didn't know it was a
attention.
problem.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem. I thank you for giving me the credit.
Okay,
Let's see about this next one.
okay. We got a vote?
We did.
Did we vote on that?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. New business, is there any new business?
Mr. President, I do have some new business. I don't want to vote. I just want to read it into the record so we can deal with it next week. We have a time-sensitive issue, and I want to make sure it comes up. If we wait till next week, it could be killed without unanimous consent. I want to make sure that that doesn't happen because, like I said, we have a time-sensitive issue that something has to be done 6 months prior to the election. And so I'm just going to read this today. And again, like I said, it'll be on next week's agenda under unfinished business, and we can deal with it at that time. I think there's a number of different opinions up here, but so let me just get this on the record now. The first one is an ordinance amending section 3432 of the city code concerning voting districts. That's Legal Department 2014-029. The second one is Legal Department 2014-030. It's an ordinance amending section 3433 of the city code regarding voting places. And then the third one is an ordinance amending city code 2-4A and D as compensation for the mayor and council members. I just wanted to get those on the record, and we'll deal with those next week.
Any other new business? Department reports, committees, boards, are there any?
We at the EMA.
EMA's gonna report.
EMA.
EMA is gonna
Give
talk.
us a report this morning.
Yes, I'm here on behalf of the EMA. Just want to let you know that the National Weather Service has proclaimed this week as Severe Weather Awareness Week. And we certainly want to be aware because March through May, you know, is our spring severe weather months. And as a matter of fact, Thursday, we're looking at a possibility of some strong winds or possible tornado coming through on Thursday. So I'll be aware of that, and would also like to thank elected officials and our city departments supporting us in the last couple of weeks in the winter weather events we've had the last 2 weeks. So, thank you.
Thank you. Any other remarks by the mayor and the council? Want to start, Ben?
Sure. I'd like to start by welcoming Jim Teal and Wheeler Crook from Goodwin, Mills, and Kaywood. They're my golf friends. I want everybody to know that. Right, Jim? Absolutely. Okay.
You caddy for those guys?
Of course I do. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Goodwin, Mills, and Kaywood is a good partner with the city and with the water board too.
Oh,
I can
I
tell you
agree.
that right now. Real good, good partner.
Yeah, well, Ben, you can say that they are your golf buddy, and I'll just go on the record as saying Jim's my golf buddy, so.
Really? Anybody plays with that man, just staying up with him is proud to me.
That's-
Absolutely.
That's why I asked, were you the caddy, because I know they're good golfers and you're not.
Yeah, but I cheat, he don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the other one, I gotta welcome my friend Dale Nelson, who's got his first visitation today.
No.
Thank you for coming, Dale. Okay, that's all I
We're
have.
honored to have Dale.
Oh, honored, absolutely.
Ben, did you get your GEPA, T-box signs and everything?
I tell you what, they are a good sponsor of the Gadsden Etowah Patriots Association,
Okay.
bet on it. Because they bring a fearsome foursome up here.
Fearsome
And they
foursome.
also buy the box sign and so on and so forth.
Very good.
But the major thing is, we have an engineer. Wheeler, weren't you the engineer on some projects up here, Wheeler?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
I think he was on the water department on our changeover and the work we've been doing. This is on TV, by the way, and there's gonna be a franchise charge. Me. Okay, that's all I got.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to remind everybody, third Saturday in April, we're going to kick off Music on Megan. We've got all the bands lined up. We've got free food again this year, free bottle of water. Just come out and enjoy that. It starts at 6 o'clock, be the third Saturday in April. And also, too, I wanted to remind everybody that to just be patient with the leaf crew and everything. We're trying to finish up with the leaves that's out there right now. I know the weather's been pretty, and they're starting to rake their yards. What they didn't rake in the wintertime, they're starting to rake them, but we'll be getting them just as soon as we can. We're working on them. I was out this morning about a little after 7 working. I heard them. I was in my bedroom, heard them out there working, so already getting the leaves up in the brush. I want to remind everybody that next Tuesday at 5:30 at Banks Park, we'll have a District 6 meeting. Come out there and we'll talk about what's going on in the district. That'll be people in Walnut Park and South Gadsden right in there in District 6. Y'all just come out and see what's going on in the district. That's all I got.
Okay. Bill?
I don't have anything too much to today, but so welcome, Jim. Jim could be on the pro tour if he wanted to be. He's quite a golfer. I will be introducing an amendment to the subject about the mayor's salary, and it will state that we'll give the mayor the same raise that the employees have received over the past years. So that'll be coming. That's all I have.
Robert?
Okay, well, I guess I have to comment. The reason I did that is very, very simple. I think we've got some information here where over the past 8 years since the administration has had a pay raise, employees have had almost a 14% pay raise. At this time right now, we do have one employee who makes more money than the mayor. And if we don't do anything for the next 4 years, and you have to do it for the incoming administration, you can't do it for the present administration. If we don't do a pay raise for this incoming administration, by the time it's over with, you're going to probably have maybe 2 to 3 more employees who will be making more money than the mayor. I just, from a personal standpoint, I see a problem with that. If you compare the mayor's salary with comfortable positions throughout this city of department heads or CEOs, he's at the bottom of the list. So again, I think more of our city and I think more of the mayor's position as a head of this city than that. It's hard for elected officials to do pay raises. It's a stigma that folks say you're paying yourself or you're doing for yourself or whatever the case may be. That's one of the reasons why the law says you have to do it for the next administration. You can't give yourself a pay raise. With that being said, they're still afraid because most of us are running for re-election. And I can guarantee you everybody up here ain't guaranteed to get re-elected, including me. So I'm not giving myself a pay raise. I just think it's only fair that this city think more of its administration and think more of its elected officials than that. I see things on TV every day where they're always talking about a politician taking this or taking that, and people are outraged. And you don't pay them nothing. And then when they take something, you're still outraged. I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen and people, let's be fair. The mayor works hard every day. This council works hard every day. We're part-time. And if you don't believe we work hard every day, call my wife. She will tell you that we get calls at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We get calls at 6 o'clock in the morning. We get them at 12 o'clock during the day. And we're part-time. And she's asked me time and time again, what part-time do I work? And it's a full-time job. It's part-time pay, but it's a full-time job. And I think we need to be compensated. I don't know of anybody out there in the public who don't want to be compensated for what they do. If you divide the hours that this council or the government employees put in, and I'm talking about all employees now, not just the council members, but I'm talking about city employees, and you divide the time that they put in to what they get paid, then you're going to find out that we're all underpaid and in trouble. And that's $100, Billy. Again, I know you don't like to do it, but somebody's got to do it, and this administration has to look out for the next administration and the people down the road. So that's why I made that suggestion. I'm open to what they want to come up with. We just have a time frame. The law says we have to do it 6 months prior to the next election, and the time frame for that is the 26th of this month. And nobody's sought to move or make any move. I propose something, I put it on the table, and we'll just deal with it next week. 2 quick announcements. There's been a lot of talk about me speaking up at the junior college on Thursday. I'll be there at 10:30. And then my district meeting is this coming Thursday at 5 o'clock at Carver Community Center. So everyone is invited to both events. I don't like to give out my schedule, but if anybody wants to know my schedule, if you want to travel with me this coming week, you're welcome to do so. I'll be in Russellville, Alabama on Saturday. I'll be in Russellville, Alabama on Sunday. I'll be in Cookeville, Tennessee on Monday, and back here on Tuesday. And if you want to tune in next Tuesday, I'll give you the rest of my schedule. But anyway, people are very interested, and I really appreciate that. Black History Month is a great month for me, and I do a lot of public speaking during this time of the year, and I really enjoy it. So just want to say, come out Thursday and be with us on both of those occasions. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, just a couple of additional comments as it relates to the mayor's salary issue. Again, very simply put, the whole discussion and the dialogue about that is being driven by a couple things. One, the market data supports it. You know, as a couple of council members have referenced already, the mayor's salary currently, regardless as to the personality that's in the position, the salary is out of whack when you compare it to comparable positions throughout the city and also to the peer positions throughout the state. So there's a very big opportunity to get more in line with the market data as it's presented, and that gives us something objective. It takes all the emotion out and all the opinions, and it's being driven specifically by market data. That's a novel concept for the public sector to do something based on objective data. So that's a driver, and of course, as Councilman Avery mentioned before, the optics just don't make sense. You know, how many of us have ever owned a business and our top wage earner or salary earner in that business actually makes more than us or the owner, and you're actually driving direction? You know, it's just something that you know, that doesn't make sense in terms of the optics, which is why what I'll be proposing, you know, again, not to take anything away from any proposals that'll be presented, but what I'll be proposing is something that takes care of this issue down the road. It ties it to the salaries of the top wage earners within City Hall, so that we won't be having this discussion every 8 years, every 12 years, or what have you. Again, I think that's just that gives us the opportunity to be forward thinking, and it takes some of the debate out. I can tell you right now, for everybody that's sitting up here, and even the mayor, the timing sucks. I mean, the timing is terrible. None of us really want to be talking about this now. But at the end of the day, it's being driven by market data and nothing else. So again, please bear that in mind, and stay tuned. You know, next week we'll be voting on something. Voter districts, Councilman Avery also read into the record an item as it relates to that. You know, the only thing I want to, you know, do is, one, remind people that the voting districts have changed some based on a plan that we passed a couple years ago. So please be mindful of that, and please become familiar with where your district lines are. The other thing that I would like to challenge the county commission to do is to align their districts in as much as is feasible. I think to keep it simple for voters, that our voting locations should be more aligned with, or should sync up better with, their voting locations. Now, again, I don't even know if that's possible, but I think it's important for us to have the dialogue, have the discussion, so that voters aren't confused and aren't having to decipher whether this is a county election or a city election and where I vote. I mean, again, you know, it's very confusing for the average voter, as if the process in the state of Alabama wasn't confusing enough. You know, we add that little hurdle. So again, I ask that we have that dialogue, have that discussion, and let's be sure to try to sync those two up if we possibly can, because again, that makes it easier for voters and a lot more fluid for our voters. The last thing I'd like to bring up is February is Heart Health Month, so please be mindful of that. Most of us have been touched by someone who has succumbed to heart disease. So I encourage us to please be mindful of that and support some of the events that are going on in the city and throughout the county and state relative to heart disease and heart health. Please understand that these declarations of disease months are very creative ways, I think, for some of these groups and nonprofit agencies to raise money for research for these various issues. So please be mindful of that as you go out and support. When you purchase tickets and make donations and things of that nature, you're helping these groups raise money for research for their various issues. So please be mindful of that and support it, if for no other reason, for that reason. You give them an opportunity, again, to put money towards a good cause. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Billy?
Thank you, Mr. President. just to reemphasize on two of the things that the several council persons have already elaborated on. The city clerk will be mailing out information concerning new voter precincts and new districts at where you are. So please be mindful of that for the upcoming election in August. You will be notified as to where your new voting precinct has been relocated to. And if your district lines have changed, you'll be notified which district you are now in, because you may not necessarily be in the same district you were in 4 years ago. So look for that information and follow it, so that on August 26th, you won't go to the wrong precinct to try to vote to waste your time. Be mindful of that. And I agree with Councilman Williams. This is a terrible time to be talking about raises. I truly do. I understand. I've been in a situation where, on a number of occasions, where me as the head of an organization or the head of an entity had several staff people that were higher paid than I was, and I know the innuendos of a situation like that. It's not right. It just should not happen. And we need to do something to correct the fact that the mayor is in a situation where there are people that make employees that make more than the mayor. So we need to do something to correct that. Timing is terrible, I admit that, but if we don't correct it now, it may never get corrected, but we'll just leave that alone. And also, when we're talking about the court system, I also remind you that we will also have a police precinct over there in East Gadsden at the old Weaver location, which will give us more presence of the police department, in particular District 2 and across the street there in District 1 across Piedmont Cutoff. So that's just going to be a good thing for us all when that building is opened up for us all. The Kentucky Avenue drainage problem, I promise you that we're in contact with the Public Works and the repair shop, because a piece of equipment that we need to start that project is in disrepair, and we're trying our best to get that done so that we can get that drainage issue resolved on Kentucky Avenue. The NAACP is having their Freedom Fund banquet this Thursday night at 6 o'clock at the Senior Activity Center. So if you don't have tickets, please get tickets and come out and enjoy that evening. It's featured, there are several issues there that basically the youth are going to be pretty much in charge of this program, and the Etowah Youth Orchestra will be there to perform for this activity. And finally, I had some scheduling difficulties for last evening and could not hold District 1 meeting, and I apologize to anyone who was inconvenienced and did not get the word that we had canceled that meeting and rescheduled it for next Monday, the 24th, at 6 o'clock at the East Gadsden Recreation Center. Thank you.
Yes, sorry, Mr. President, I just got 2 text announcements. There's going to be a Black History program this Monday night at Mount Pilgrim Baptist Church. So the public is invited to come to that Black History program. I think they did one last year there, and they're doing one again this year with a lot of the young people participating in that. And the Gadsden City High School girls lost 55-35 at the regional tournament in Jacksonville. And that's all.
Okay. I'll just adjourn the meeting. Keep my mouth shut.